So how many of you guys are definitely not getting this vaccine? And what the problem? I want to know what's going on. What happened? What's up, guys? It's your girl Nicole Mercedes. Thanks for showing up here. And if it's your first time, welcome. And if it's not, welcome back. So I wasn't even going to do a video about this because I know like everyone's talking about it and everything's saturated about COVID. Until I kept seeing the numbers of amount of people who they're saying are not getting the vaccines. I was like, okay, you know what I'm going to do today? Got to put on the public health hat. We need to talk about this. Okay, so I know there is a ton of misinformation that's been going around for the past year and a few months over COVID. Not shocking when past administrations don't believe in science. And if we would have just not politicized everything and actually just followed the scientists and doctors and public health professionals who've been saying for years, I might add, since I was back in college. So we're talking like 2010. I remember in my epidemiology class, they were talking like, okay, we are due for a global pandemic. It is not if, it is when. So public health officials have been talking about this for years, and it's like shouting into the void. And now I know a lot of them are looking like, I told you this was going to happen. I told you, and nobody was listening. People were not paying attention until it was a little too late. And now what is the global number? I think definitely well over 1 million. Actually, what is it? What are the global deaths? I gotta see it. We have over 3.28 million people worldwide have died. With the US at, we are over 580, as of this morning at 1 a.m., we are over 581,000 deaths. Right underneath us, it looks like Brazil at 421,000. We are going to cover some of the myths and literally the asinine conspiracy theories, because some of y'all are legitimately insane. I'm just saying. I don't know why you would think eating sea lettuce would help stop you from getting COVID. What the hell is sea lettuce anyway? Why would some of you, and this happened after, maybe we can inject a disinfectant into your system and it would protect you against COVID. Maybe they should look at that. Y'all know who said that. And you know what happened afterwards? Poison control. For about a few weeks after that person said that last year, poison control got calls. People went to the hospital because they injected and ingested bleach, cleaning solutions. People were like snorting like Lysol because they heard, well, my president said we should be able to inject this. He was gonna have y'all finna die out here for dumb reasons. Okay, another one. You can get a face mask exemption card so you don't need to wear a mask. That is complete BS. There's no such thing. That was never created. So if you see people are out not wearing a mask and like have some fake weirdo card saying that like, oh, I'm exempt and I don't need to wear a mask and blah, 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 blah. That is a lie. That was never a thing. The United States Justice Department, and I'll probably put the link up there. The Justice Department they wrote something out, a statement on this, saying that this was not a thing. Oh, another one. I think the craziest conspiracy theory that I heard that I literally was like, y'all are stupid. Sitting here saying that 5G causes COVID. Y'all, my chest. Okay, calm down. Y'all were saying that 5G is the reason that COVID was spreading. Please read a book. Please read a book. Read a reputable article, read a scholarly journal, something, please. But like, reading is so important. Critical thinking is so important. Using your brain, the brain that God gave you, is so important that I can't. It is so asinine. Okay, this is also very important to note. None of the COVID vaccines will make you sick with COVID. None of them. That is a lie. If you heard it, oh, I don't want to get it because I don't want to get COVID. You're not going to get COVID from the COVID vaccine. That's not how it works. None of the vaccines have a live COVID virus in it. None of them have it. The herd immunity threshold, we may not reach it. I think at this point, like, we're supposed to get about like 80% of the population. If we can get 80% vaccinated, we should be able to reach that herd immunity threshold. But because we keep like missing the mark, we might not even get there because of the amount of vaccine hesitancy and then people flat out saying that they're not going to get it. We may never, which I knew, if we reach it, it will be a miracle. I just kind of figured that America was never going to reach herd immunity because Americans don't care about other people. But I think because of all these multiple different reasons, whether fear, ignorance, lack of access, people aren't getting vaccinated. And that's going to affect all of us. It's funny how people are just trying to just get over it, get back to real life. It doesn't matter, like, or this is a hoax, it's not real. Okay, all those deaths don't matter, they're not real. Just forget about it. But y'all don't want us to forget about 9/11. 2,977 people were killed in 9/11. Over 6,000 people were injured. Like I said, as of this morning at 1 a.m. when I checked it, over 581,000 people are dead. Literally think about that. Every year we we do memorial and remembrance of everyone lost in 9/11, which, yes, you should do that. However, y'all are not, people aren't even grieving. Some people, it's going to be the first year, the first holiday stuff without family members, and like everyone's just rushing to get back to normal, and like you're not even caring about what's going on. And what we could do is like save more lives, and it's not real. It doesn't matter. So because of all the stuff and that's going around digitally on social media, it is made such a detrimental, like so detrimental to even the healthcare workers. These people, literally all of the nurses, the doctors, the speech therapists, like the physical therapists, the people who are in also custodians, the people who are sitting here cleaning up after every room, trying to make sure to sanitize everything. Then also the people who unfortunately had to be the ones to remove all of the bodies. New York still has all of those trailers like that you saw back last year. There are trailers full of bodies. It is so disrespectful to every medical personnel who's busting their ass every single day to save a lot of y'all ungrateful asses. And then there's also a difference between, people think of, okay, oh well, all these millions of people recovered from COVID. So you either have COVID and survive, or you have COVID and then you die. But y'all aren't getting the piece in the middle. There's a really big thing in the middle between having COVID and then testing negative after it, right? The in between that a lot of y'all are not getting are the people who are long haulers that essentially, until they know more, may have what's now called a disability for the rest of their lives. Yes, so if you become a long hauler, you may become disabled potentially for the rest of your life. Besides, yes, there are some people you will be totally fine. I know people who got COVID and after 3 they were fine. Some of them were no symptoms, asymptomatic. Other people got a little sick, but it was only a couple days and they were fine. And then there are other people who are dead. And then there's other people who are having lasting conditions. Let's talk about some benefits again in the vaccine, right? So I have a list here. So clearly all of the vaccines are available now in the US for ages, I believe, 16 and up for every person, right? They're currently working on like vaccines for younger kids. The whole point of the vaccine is to prevent you from, even if you get COVID, is to prevent extreme illness and death. It's preventing hospitalization and death. Those are two things that I don't want to visit it. If you have a pre-existing condition, so you have asthma, you have diabetes, you are obese, okay? Have this conversation with your primary care physician, whoever you see. If you are medically fit to get the vaccine. I know there's going to be a group of people who are too vulnerable that they actually cannot take the vaccine. If you medically cannot do that and your doctor knows, like, you also have a sensitive system, so anytime you get any type of vaccine, you get horribly sick or whatever, you know who you are. Those people know who they are. Those people already know medically. They've known for a while that they can't get vaccine. Those are the people. That's also one of the reasons you get vaccinated, to protect people like that who cannot get vaccinated. That's the idea of the herd immunity situation. Okay. Also, for the benefits of getting vaccinated, once you're fully vaccinated, we can go do other things that other people shouldn't be doing, or right now are not allowed to do. The CDC did put out a new mandate, like for the mass, of essentially if you are fully vaccinated, you can go outside, like in a big space, like when you're walking or something, without a mask. I'm still gonna wear a mask, child. That's just a personal preference. You might be able to gather indoors without masks with other people who are fully vaccinated, but they're saying, because we don't know yet, since it's still super early, like, please just still take precautions. Just because we get the vaccine doesn't mean completely that you're like completely immune. It's the fact of, again, you get it, you may get COVID, but you're not gonna get sick, you're not gonna die from it, but you could still I'm pretty sure you can still transmit it to other people. So you just want to help, but getting the vaccine will help stop it from circulating. Also, people are not considered fully vaccinated until 2 weeks after the second dose of the Pfizer or the Moderna one, or 2 weeks after a single dose of J&J. So the whole point of how, like, the whole thing of what a vaccine has, right? A vaccine contains a weakened part of, it's like weakened or an active part of like a virus, or we call like an organism, which is called the antigen. I don't know if you guys have heard people say the antigen, right? So that is going to help trigger an immune response, which is what you want. Newer vaccines contain like the blueprint for producing antigens rather than the antigen itself, right? So regardless of whether the vaccine is like made up of the antigen itself or the blueprint, the body will produce the antigen. So because this is a weaker version, it won't cause disease within the person. It would be like, this is the first time your body's seeing that pathogen in it, so your body's like, yo, we gotta get together, we about to jump the out of this thing. Why you here? Where you going? Get out our spot. Then they beat the crap out of it. So that's probably why, like, if you've taken a vaccine and you felt a little down or sick afterwards, it's just literally a good thing. Clearly, I'm a big proponent. If, again, you medically are sound enough that from talking to I'm not your healthcare provider, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse. I'm just saying, I'm not a nurse practitioner. However, talk to your primary care physicians, whoever they may be. I'm still not fully vaccinated yet. However, like, I actually just got a couple days ago. So currently it's just been, I would say, I had my left arm was a little swollen. And then I also had a little swollen lymph node, but it's only on the side that I got a shot. And my chest hurt a little bit, but part was like, I don't know if this is asthma related. So anyone who has like sometimes you're like, oh, it's my chest. Is it indigestion? Is it asthma? Is this a sign? I don't know. So I don't really know. So I'm going to say two things I definitely know. My arm, like, it's been sore. This is actually the best day so far. So essentially I'm pretty back to normal. But I had irritation at the injection site. I had a little swelling, came about 2 days after. And then I had lymph nodes that were swollen too. I got Pfizer. What are the risks of the Pfizer BioNTech COVID vaccine? Include injection site pain, tiredness, headache, muscle pain, chills, joint pain, fever, injection site swelling, injection site redness, nausea, feeling unwell, or swollen lymph nodes. Okay, so I've had a couple of those. There's a remote chance that the Pfizer BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine could cause a severe allergic reaction. So signs of severe allergic reactions can include difficulty breathing, swelling in your face and your throat, a fast heartbeat, a bad rash all over your body, dizziness, and weakness. These may not be all the possible side effects. Serious and unexpected side effects may occur. The vaccine is still being studied in clinical trials. All of the vaccines have been put in emergency use from the FDA. However, I do believe the other day Pfizer is looking to apply for full use. So they're not looking for emergency use anymore. They're trying to make it completely on the market, and they have to go through that whole process. So what I should do about side effects. So if you experience a severe allergic reaction, call 911 or go to your nearest hospital. Call the vaccination provider or your healthcare provider if you have any side effects that bother you or do not go away. And then it gives you a website to complete the submit reports, to let them know. It gives you a website, fax number, telephone number. So it gives you a whole bunch of information. Also, for everyone, keep your vaccination card and do not laminate it. They're saying we might have to do boosters, which is another version of the shot. So probably by the end of the fall or the winter, you don't want to laminate because they won't be able to write on your card. Because that card essentially I think is going to be your get out of jail free card. Right now we in prison, but that card is going to be your pass into, honestly, I think all these places are trying to do music festivals and going traveling and trips and things like that. I think you're going to need that card in order to be able to do a lot of things. So that's also another incentive. Right now I'm a Pfizer popping princess. I'm trying to have a hot girl summer in moderation. And even after I will be fully vaccinated, I still want to do that because I don't want to become a long hauler. I do not want to touch COVID at all. Stay away, stay away, stay away. Find your why. Besides medically, for my own medical safety, I wanted to get the vaccine. I want to visit family. I was supposed to visit my grandma in Virginia last year, right before COVID hit. I was planning on driving down to see her. I also didn't want to get on a plane without being fully vaccinated because I have to go visit my child, my nephew. Tristan, Titi loves you. Hey, Phil. Oh, what's that? That's my baby, and I miss him so much. Also, Emmy, who's about to be 1, that's my niece who I haven't been able to meet because of COVID. I got babies. I got my babies to go pick up. So you need to find your reason, find your why. And I mean, clearly I gotta visit their mama too, but she's all right. Hey Mel, love you. But go do your own research. I'm begging you, please go do it. Start at the CDC's website, start at the World Health Organization's website, the National Institute of Health. Go to global, reputable, scientific-based research websites. Go look at their stuff. So we have Pfizer, we have Moderna, we have Johnson & Johnson. Do the research, read up on them, go to their websites, read their fact sheets. They provided me with this. But before you actually go and sign up for your stuff, if you're still I don't know, go look at each one that's available. Be a good global citizen. Do your research. After your research, figure out which one you like. Try to see with your doctors to see if anything is available on your site. I know in Philly we have more things that open, but also if you can't get one from CVS or Rite Aid, look at the Black Doctors Consortium. They've been killing it in the game. They've gotten thousands and thousands of people throughout Philadelphia, especially North Philly, vaccinated. So with that being said, I'm out. So I love you guys. Be great. Be kind to yourselves. Peace, love, and blessings. Go do your research and get your vaccine. Bye.